WrestleMania 41 Part 2, Night 2. This one was trash. It's your boy Icon with a wrestling review for you, going over that WWE WrestleMania. And before we get started, you already know how I feel about this based on what I say. Hit the notification bell, like and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check me out all over social media. Let's get this one over with because it wasn't good. I was so bad. Yeah, the show's night one was definitely the better night. It was the more entertaining night, and night one had the most rewatchability, the rewatchability factor. The opening match for this particular one, night two, was the Women's World Championship: Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. And when you think about the fact that Bianca is a SmackDown superstar, she's not a Raw superstar, it almost comes across as though they just did the triple threat because Rhea, Io, and Bianca are big name popular wrestlers, and they just needed something for them to do. So they, they plugged Bianca in this mix, knowing that she wouldn't even stay on Raw. And now that the match is over, she's going to go back to SmackDown and she's going to continue to feud with Jade and with Naomi. So it was just really just about getting her on the card. She had a very nice entrance. Montez Ford's daughter dressed up like Bianca Belair, so I'm pretty sure his ex-wife wasn't too happy about that. She had a nice entrance. Rhea had a nice entrance. Io had a nice entrance, and it was actually a good match. This match was actually really good. The three of them, they put on a spectacle. They put on a really good show, and you can't say nothing about them from a talent standpoint, but from a storyline standpoint, where are we going here? Because Io kept the belt, and Bianca, she hit the KOD. And then when she had Rhea pinned, for the 1, 2, 3, Io came off the top rope with the moonsault, the over the moonsault, and then she pinned Bianca of all people. So Bianca lost her WrestleMania streak. She's now taking an L at WrestleMania, unfortunately. Rhea didn't get pinned, so at least Rhea can have a gripe and say, well, I never got pinned, and she can always challenge Io again. But now at this point, now that that's happened, what are we doing? Because again, Bianca's gone now, so we did all this. We essentially did all this for nothing because, like I said, Bianca now she's gonna go back to SmackDown. She's gonna argue with Jade and Naomi, and I guess Rhea's gonna take her 15th shot at Io Sky to try to defeat Io Sky. There are other girls on the show. How many chances are we gonna give Rhea Ripley when we have all these people that that deserve a shot at the championship? So I don't know, but as I said, it was a good match. You can't deny that the match itself was good, but I just wasn't really fond of Io winning because now it's it just makes the story kind of confusing. And but they tomorrow's Raw, so maybe we'll get a reset, something new will happen, maybe they'll make some trades, and we'll see what goes on. The next match was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, and there's really not too much to say about it. They had a garbage match, but I will say this though, the way the match ended when Damian Priest was stretched across the second rope in the corner, and then Drew McIntyre put a chair in front of his face, and he claymored his head into the chair. And that shit looked and sounded brutal. Drew McIntyre got the pin, and again, that's also weird. The finishes on this show were very weird because Damian Priest definitely needed that win, but Drew McIntyre, he needed a win, period, because Drew McIntyre, he's been taking a lot of L's, particularly at WrestleMania, L after L after L. So, it's a tough situation. It's two people that, that could use the win, but they gave the Drew McIntyre. So I don't know what Priest's going to do. Maybe they'll fight again and Priest will get his revenge at Backlash. I don't know, but yeah, that was pretty much it. Drew McIntyre reigned supreme, no interference, no nothing, and moving on. The men's Intercontinental Championship followed. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, Cero Miedo, and for the love of God, Dominic Mysterio won this belt. And here's the fans cheered for Dominic Mysterio. You've been booing this kid for 2 years, not letting him talk. Now all of a sudden he's a fucking hero. Now all of a sudden Dominic Mysterio is Superman to the audience. Everybody's cheering for Dom. What Twilight world are we? Can we please get out of Las Vegas? Like, y'all, it's at the point. It's bad enough y'all booed Bianca. It's bad enough y'all booed John Cena. I mean, it's bad enough y'all booed Cody Rhodes and y'all cheered John Cena. Y'all here cheering Dominic Mysterio? Y'all cheering for Dominic Mysterio? This crowd is trash. Like, I never want to see wrestling in Las Vegas ever again. And Braun Breaker, like he tried to cut Carlito in half again. He didn't get enough on it the way he did in that other spear, but he put Carlito through a table. And when he speared Finn Balor, and Finn Balor hit the coup de grace on Braun Breaker, and then when he pinned him, Dominic Mysterio came off the top rope with the frog splash like his daddy Eddie Guerrero, and then Dominic Mysterio pinned Finn Balor and won his second singles championship, because remember, he was NXT North American champion. Dominic Mysterio apparently is like Jesus to these people now, and I need to get out of Las Vegas, but I need WWE to leave Las Vegas as quickly as possible, because I don't understand what's happening. I really don't understand what's happening. But Dominic's not going to keep that belt that long, because Braun Breaker going to cut his ass. If Braun Breaker gets a rematch, Dominic Mysterio is dead. And what's really wild is he's the only member of the Judgment Day right now with championship goals. So I guess congratulations to Dominic Mysterio, and we'll see how long he keeps the belt on Monday Night Raw. After that was young Randy Orton. He came out wearing his original Randy Orton gear from when he first debuted. He gave the speech about, he's going to fight somebody, and whoever wants to get this work, to come get this work. And of all the people on the planet you could have had Moose. You know what I'm saying? If we're going with TNA, like, they picked Joe Hendry. And all I'm going to say is, yes, you picked Joe Hendry for the pop factor because it got the crowd, like excited or whatever. It's good for TNA. I like it for TNA, the fact that the TNA World Champion was on WrestleMania. It's good for Joe Hendry, too, when he eventually leaves TNA. He, he can get that WWE contract. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the next 2K26 video game. However, if you're TNA, and if you're just like, hey, they want one of our wrestlers to wrestle Randy Orton at WrestleMania, how do you not pick Moose? Like I'm just saying, if you want to win, if you want TNA to live, how do you not pick Moose? The difference in size between Joe Hendry and Joe just looked like a joke compared to Randy Orton. And then he did the stupid thing where he raises his arms, and then he turns around and does that awkward, weird smile. And then when he did the weird, awkward smile thing, he got an RKO'd out of nowhere. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then he got an RKO'd a second time. And then that was it. But like I said, WWE already owns AAA. I'm just waiting for them to announce that they bought TNA as well. So, that was it. Randy Orton, in his 20th match, he fought the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. And we got to find something for Orton to do now that Kevin Owens, broke his neck, and Joe Hendry can go back to TNA, with his head held in shame because he blew it. Maybe somebody will come out and be like, hey, I saw you in WrestleMania, you blew it, and then that'll spark a feud for him. I said, I like the boy, but the match was a mismatch. But I said, it's good for Randy Orton, and that was about it. AJ Styles and Logan Paul was up next. Hashtag they don't want none. And I wanted AJ to get this victory because AJ and Logan Paul could put on a hell of a match, and they did put on a good match. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Maybe I set my expectations too high, but it was still a good match. What was weird about it was a Logan Paul goon at some point, he showed up to try to throw the brass knucks to Logan Paul, and then Karrion Kross of all people stepped in and stopped the guy from cheating. Karrion Kross helped AJ Styles, and AJ Styles punched him in the face. So I don't know what that was all about, but he got hit with the Fists of Fury and the finisher, and Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. And I know Logan Paul, his last wrestling match, I know he took the L to LA Knight, he lost the United States Championship, but I was kind of hoping for LA Styles. I didn't get it. I don't have a problem with Logan Paul, but the match was fine. But hopefully, I guess AJ Styles and the Karrion Kross thing is going to continue on Raw, but like I said, we'll see. Maybe they got some surprises for us that we don't know about. After that was the women's tag team match: Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Hernandez de la Vega, Santiago Cruz versus Lyra Valkyria, who was looking very gorgeous in her wrestling attire, and her mystery partner, because Bayley apparently got her ass beat backstage, and the mystery partner that came out of nowhere was Becky Lynch. And as soon as I found out it was Becky Lynch, I said, shit, Liv and Raquel are going to lose the belts now, because you're not going to have Becky Lynch return and lose in a returning effort, because she would have had, because the thing is, if Liv and Raquel were going to win, Becky would have had to be the one to take the pin, because you can't pin Lyra because she's the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And then at the same time, I'm like, well, you're not going to beat Becky when she just came back, but also you're not going to put the belts on Lyra and Becky because Lyra is the Intercontinental Champion. Why would you make her a tag team champ? It's like, why would you give her a second belt when she doesn't defend the one belt that she already has? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that doesn't make sense. Lo and behold, he backed himself into a corner and he put the belts on Becky and he put the belts on Lyra. So now that's weird. Like I said, Lyra barely defends the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now she's a tag champion. Like, I don't... Bring up some women from NXT, please, for this girl to fight, because clearly she needs something to do. Like, she needs something. Like, she had a bunch of opponents. Like, she could have fought, Ivy Nile. She could have fought, Dakota Kai. She could have fought both of them in a triple threat match. They decided to not go that route. She could, Maxine Dupree was on the show too. There was women for her to fight. They just chose to not do it. So if you purposely chose to not do anything with Lyra when she was the Women's Intercontinental Champion, I don't see why you would do something with her now that she's with Becky Lynch in a tag team. And didn't Becky swear off tag teams? Wasn't Becky like, oh, I'm never going to be in a tag team again? And then, like, now she's in a tag team and she's one of the half the tag team champions. I don't know, but, Liv and Raquel will get the belts back eventually, and we'll see how long Becky sticks around, how long the man comes around this time, on Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold came out on his 4x4 and scared the bejesus out of a woman in the front row. And it was so silly because the woman, she was like talking to security as though like she got robbed or something. And I'm like, lady, the damn 4x4, it hit the barricade. Nobody touched you. Like, nobody touched you. Like, you didn't get hit. Like, I mean, yeah, you were shocked, but like, stop the bullshit. I was saying, like, stop the bullshit. Like, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That was both ridiculous and silly. And then in the main event, now comes the main event, which is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. John Cena got no entrance whatsoever. It was just his basic entrance. No video package, no extra mumbo jumbo, like no nothing. He just walked down to the ringside. Cody got a cool entrance. His wife and his daughter, they were in the front row. And the match went on. And I do have to say this. Please, WWE, never go to Las Vegas again for WrestleMania. The Las Vegas crowd is the absolute worst. On night one of WrestleMania, they weren't even awake. Like, they were quiet the whole time. They didn't wake up until halfway through the Jade Cargill-Naomi match. And then, like, they didn't get up again until the main event. That crowd was trash. And then tonight, not only was the crowd kind of trash tonight, but they booed all the faces and cheered all the heels. So I'm like, how do you boo Bianca Belair and Cody Rhodes? Like, come on. And it's bad because, like, if you're Cody Rhodes, it's almost like you can't win now because you don't want to get booed in your own building. And this is what I don't understand about the fans, because when John Cena was actively here on the roster and he was a babyface and he was fighting and hustle, loyalty, respect, and all that crap, everybody booed him. Y'all hated him. Y'all were like, John Cena sucks. Like, you suck. It's like when he does the right thing, they booed the shit out of him. And now that he's a bad guy, they're cheering him after he specifically said, don't cheer for me. So I'm like, I don't understand these fans. Like, how do you boo Cody Rhodes? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you boo Bianca Belair? Travis Scott came in, took him 50 years to get to the ring. I don't know why he took that long. And then after Cody Rhodes finally got his receipt and hit him with the crossroads, he was supposed to roll out of the ring, and the motherfucker... There's something wrong with Travis Scott. Like, he doesn't get it. Like, Travis Scott doesn't get it. It's like, bro, like, Cody had to literally force him out of the ring because his dumbass wouldn't just roll out of the ring like he was supposed to. And then I'm just like, we're at WrestleMania. Like, we're on the clock here. It's Sunday. People got to go to work on Monday. Why are you taking 50 years to get to the goddamn ring? Like, can we please stop bringing Travis Scott, like, on this show? Or if we're going to bring him on the show, can someone please talk to him and tell him how it's supposed to go? So he interfered. Cody hit him with a crossroads. The Rock kicked Cody in the nuts, hit him in the face with the belt, and then for the love of God, John Cena won the 17th World Championship. This ending was worse than the Jey Uso Gunther ending. Like, it was just flat. Like, it was just whatever. Like, I didn't want to see I wanted Cody to win because I don't care about a John Cena title reign, especially because he's not going to retire with the belt. Like, he's going to... I mean, it's good for Cody in this sense. Because the people in the building were booing Cody, again, I don't know why, taking the belt off him, it keeps him from being hated. because if the fans wanted John Cena to win, they got what they wanted. John Cena won. So now they don't have to purposely be mad at Cody because John Cena won his match. So Cody should be safe. Now that the fans got what they wanted, like they should cheer Cody later on. Hopefully this will lead to a match at SummerSlam, and eventually Cody will get the belt back. So I don't see Cody going with that without the belt for that long. And then Lyra Valkyria and Becky, they're not keeping those tag team belts for that long. So that was it. John Cena won the match. John Cena won the match, and in the press conference, he basically just said, tune in Monday Night Raw and he'll say whatever it is he got to say. But he's a SmackDown guy now because he's the WWE champion, so I don't even know why he would be on Monday Night Raw. So this is very weird. But like I said, we'll see. That was how the match ended, and unfortunately, Cody lost the belt, and now the chase begins for him to get it back. Thank you for tuning in. That was a very lackluster ending to WrestleMania. I mean, if I'm being honest, I like night one better. I like the matches on night one better. The matches for night two were really good, but the outcomes I didn't really like. Whereas I feel like night one had more of the rewatchability factor. I feel like I can go back and watch night one a couple of times, where it's if I watch night two again, certain things I'm going to fast forward through that I didn't want to see. So night one definitely wins in my book. I give night two, a 7.5, whatever. But it's the season, the wrestling season is over. The wrestling season has officially come to an end. The new season starts tomorrow with new feuds, new situations, new beef and everything. Hopefully we get some trades going back and forth. They call up some NXT people. I was hoping Trick Williams would be the guy to fight Randy Orton, but we didn't get that. So share your questions, comments, and no concerns down below. What did you think of the wrestling? What did you think of WrestleMania Night 2, WrestleMania 41? And we will talk about it. Check me out on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, where you can leave your questions, comments, and concerns, because I am really tired and I'm probably not going to work tomorrow. Let me know what you thought about WrestleMania nights 1, nights 2, especially night 2, and we'll keep rolling on and bring you some more for the next pay-per-view, which is Backlash, and I believe some NXT stuff later on. So that was it, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the wrestling weekend journey with me. To everyone that watched my videos, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one for some WrestleMania. Signing off for WrestleMania Part 2. I'm out this bitch.